Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pecheneg Manichean series, in which not only you can see the name Khazaria is still there because we're still paying tribute to these guys, even though the last few episodes I've been saying that we should, get out of this so we can form our own destiny without them, interfering in our affairs, and we don't interfere theirs. So we kind of have this double standard between us. But interestingly, he has no heir for now. But you can't get rid of him because he's paranoid. I mean, yeah, you can plot to kill, but chances are strict safety, delegitimized rule. Borrowed money from the Radonites because, he's Jewish and he's around that area. So he's been properly paranoid lately. He's been a Coggan for some time. Obviously has this. It kind of makes me wonder, well, what happened if, no. But, it's like we're talking about paying tribute to others and all that. But we'll come back to that. We've only been slowly but surely increasing the horde size, which we don't get enough manpower to that because we don't have enough population. Well, we will do it as such, that we need an extensive population growth. And plus, wish to be seen as a pious man, because of our karma's getting closer. But we will defeat the armies of darkness in order for me to be seen as pious to some. Yes. After all, I am a chaste and honest man. But we've recently softened them up a bit. It may look like we're a bit outnumbered, but I ain't scared. You boys don't scare me. So we will fight a humiliation war first. When you will win some prestige, and you will steal 25% of their population from there. Because you see, this is a good sized population, and we're still trying to go. Take 25% out of that, then things will be good for us. And I like to do the same against them, but you can steal some of that population of theirs as well. But he is significantly weaker. Which kind of makes me thought, I got an idea. Why don't we just do both? But before I do that, if you want to be the hero, you gotta reach up to 2,000. And as I'm still a veteran, one of these days I'd like to be the hero, so I can use the call to glory, which would be ideal when we fight major wars, especially against Khazaria, knowing there are many over there. And they got a sizable population as well, because most areas he's lived in is mostly steppe, except for this marshland here, which I would love to have that territory for myself. There is no trade post there, but one day I would like to build it, and we can get some soak money, for the lack of a better term. So we'll start this one humiliation war there, and start the other over. No, we're already busy fighting another war. Okay, fair enough. But again, I feel that we do not need, you're just simply gonna come in there, take the capital, as it's already been looted with no garrison, little to none garrison to be there. And simple as that. And we'll take out these other clans too, out there. Particularly these two out there. But beware. He is the Imperial tributary. Which means if he wants to, he could call in the Chinese Honor Guard, which will definitely bolster their numbers big time. As we saw that when they had a 3,000 event spawn troops from Sogdia. So they are willing to defend themselves. If they can afford it. Or does that require grace? Who knows? We're going in. Yep! They brought in the Honor Guard. This is what they have. Light infantry, heavy infantry, plenty of pikemen, and the light cavalry and horse archers that they already have. So that's 2,400 for these event spawn troops. As much as I don't want to spend it, but it would be of necessity. Though I follow the teachings of Zervan, given to the old gods, their doom might help in the coming wars. Their violent nature well fits my need for fierceness and savagery. I will immolate some of my best horses. I'll lose some manpower for this, and some karma too. A couple of fellow warriors helped me constrain the majestic offerings I personally picked from my livestock for this occasion. While a priest chants, I plunged the sacrificial dagger deep into the flesh of the first horse, letting its blood shower over my face. I turned around, and the priest inscribed a few holy symbols on my face with blood and dirt. May the sacrifice bring me fortune. So I already regret my decision. We don't need Khazaria right now. But please come in. Anyways. A man claiming to be one of the leaders of the rebels of Ural comes one night to see me. I received it and he proceeds to tell he's willing to betray the rebels for the purse of gold and an invitation to be part of my court. My spies tell me this man is a wall of mirrors, unable to be scryed. Well, I'll have to agree to the man's proposal. The Wayne Shrine Ores recently gained fame for the blessings this place grant to those who pray at it. Pilgrims are charged with making their way in droves, seeking the boons it provides. Perhaps you should visit there one day. I don't think it'll be wise to take a river crossing, but hold your ground. Give them a false sense of security. Movement lock's 20 days. Theirs is only 18 days. If they cross the river, big mistake. Wait for it, wait for it. Stop moving now. Hold your position. Get over here. The information given by our man inside the rebels proved correct, and we were able to mount an ambush to kill the leaders and most of the rebels. The stability of Ural is now neutral, as I keep my promises. My court has a new courtier. Now, who's Ipa? Ipa? Based on Turkic pronunciation, it would be Ipa. A master schemer. So I see. We'll be receiving assistance soon. We'll be fighting in the steppe here. Their Chinese honor guard that is accompanying what little their order is will be taking quite a bit of penalty for this, especially the attack penalty, and their cavalry as well. And we'll receive reinforcements later on during the course of the battle. as they'll begin on the 8th of November. Already here. Battle's about to begin. Just only 8 guys coming in, but little further reinforcements are just quite a bit further away. None of their other ghost clans are coming over here. Again, you're the best that you got. Actually, I have one more trick up my sleeve. I know I want to be the hero here, but I kind of severely underestimate him. I will take warrior training. Because you see, my father was a marauder. We do better with our light cavalry and step combat here. So I should follow my father's footsteps. The dedication you display is admirable, brother. Shah Rukh Khan tells me, inspecting my horse. We've been riding for hours. Well, all I feel is invigorated by the fresh air. You are a good river, he says. Just at all this, the man concludes. Quite a mustache for the Kipchak, I cannot deny it. Thank you, Shah Rukh Khan. That means a lot. In my heart, I feel that Zurvan might frown upon my dedication to these people. Big time. Perhaps after this war, we should celebrate Nowruz. And then hopefully one day, we'll celebrate the Bima feast. And then I'll be seen as pious. What? Knowing a large enemy force of darkness is coming here, defeating them would give us quite a bit of piety. Quite a bit of karma. So, hopefully, everything should go well. We already defeated their center. If there was even a center to begin with. In fact, he put all of his troops onto this side here. He's a flanker. Oh dear. We received news that the caravan transporting Texan was ambushed by a group of rebels there. Must remind himself that the province is not safe as of late. Made a bad cavalry charge, but we're trying to put pressure on him. I'm trying my best, but it's not working. Damn it, we're taking more casualties than they are. The honor guard works for them. Give me the Khazars. The ideas of my Astava. While we were walking along my private gardens, my faithful Tezuko came to me one morning with the idea of organizing a large meeting of foreign rulers. A diplomatic extravaganza full of activities to take advantage of the dynamic created in order to further my objectives. Of course, this would have a price, but the gains may well be worth the cost. You got plenty of money. So, Mastavad will organize a major meeting between different foreign powers. Might include vassals, or a host of different action might happen. Beware, as with any diplomatic overture, might win or lose in the long run. Also, beware that your Astavad's stats in all fields, especially diplomacy and stewardship, will be tested. To define successful hold of here, your stats will be tested too, depending on the area with concentrated attention. God dang it. Just give it a try. Well, we did put a hurt on him, but it's not enough. We're retreating all the way to Ozens. Bastards! You know we don't have the manpower to try to reinforce all of this back. So everyone must come together. Their pikemen did the job. I mean, all of my clans are with me. It's just we got badly mauled. And now they have more to back them up. Starting to think that this whole thing was a mistake. What? Promote a debate. This is a military debate. Fortunately, he does not know much about military. But I'll debate it aggressively. And I won the thing. Here's what I need. Repay a favor. Ask for piety. Hopefully, it'll be a lot. Crud. An important holy blessing. Thank you very much, but it's not enough to get to the Army of Light, which there isn't much. What the hell are you doing over there? It's because of those people. That's why. What happens if I lose this war? Oh, it's just the damage and prestige. It's just a bad move. That's all. Right, the meeting. The great day has arrived, full of meaningful and empty words, whispers and dramatic silences. My political tried his best to organize the venture in an interesting way, with several dramatic round tables, times to relax, eating good delicacy. Well, I'm only a military man, so I'll invite everybody to the Great Hunt. Organize a Great Hunt to improve my prestige, general opinion. After taking the decision to organize a hunt to provide for the excitement of my guests, I decided all the game killed will be freely distributed among the peasantry of my domain. In this way, I hope to bring joy to the common citizen and improve their lot a bit. Let's see. Should do a sporting hunt. I have a pretty high martial education, in the high stats. I am brave, not shrewd. I ain't kind. I am a bit honest, so it's gonna have an half, but make it sporting. The gentry had a blast with organization joining the Great Plaudits. The game caught was aplenty as promised. After salting the meat, everything was distributed among the commoners of my domains, and I'm a very popular fellow among everybody. Excellent. Besides prestige and general opinion, kid, there are a host of other effects that might give. Even if the chances are significantly lower than a perfect great hunt, you may end up making some new friends thanks to the camaraderie in the hunt, gaining a favor or two, by helping one of your companions catch an animal, or even having the general populace love you by your action of giving up all the game caught, thus facing the prospect of eating some high-quality meat, a luxury in medieval times for most. If you plan a sporting hunt and risk a bit more, you will double your prestige gains, so it was a perfect great hunt. Next 10 years for general opinion. And I am close friends with Naraka Shansha, who is an Armenian ruler. And two of my vassals now owes me a favor. And now I'm a caring ruler for the next 20 years. Increasing the levy size, lowers national revolt risk, and ups the tax modifier. Now, both of you I need piety. Which again, it's due to me being virtuous, chaste, and honest. Just for future reference that I will have the Army of Light fighting on our side. Since this one would be a humiliating defeat. My international relation extravaganza is coming to an end. I can only hope it's successful in the knowledge that the whole affair depends on the skills of my Astaban. My Astaban organized a great event. So the success of the whole diplomatic venture depends on the Astaban stats traits. Those that influence the outcome are all of these stats. Diplomacy, education, the stewardship, administration. Interaction with them during the meeting being successful. Interaction of meeting being unsuccessful, which it didn't. Of all the stats, the most important are diplomatic stewardship scores. So more gained prestige. In the next 5 years, it just had that successful international meeting. Well, we have no choice but to get mercenaries. Give me the Turkic company. And we can pay for it. So we will assemble out here. We'll be bringing more light cavalry and horse archers for this. Half brother. No. They may be getting larger, but so are we. Karma. Every little bit helps. And the other. Just wait for morale to go up, and then we shall attack them. $200. Thank you very much. Tribal levies. Makes a little difference, but still. One of these days, when Tarum stops using that, stops fighting that stupid war over there, as you are fighting a defensive war, he has hired mercenaries, which is mercenaries in addition to them. But it's that damned honor guard. And they refuse to help us. Thus another reason why we need to get rid of the Khazars. And we need the Army of Light to be at full strength, near full strength, as long as the other Manicheans aren't involved. And then we'll be able to take them on. It's just our priority is to get a large number of population and therefore large number of manpower. Barely. A little faster manpower growth will have to do. And start improving the clan's sentiment of others. Because we need their support. Everyone should play a role. We'll move until the morale is up at full. 80% for cities and temples down. All help is welcome. Here we go. There's no river cross between there and there. But do not waste time. It's just we ought to be careful with that commander of theirs who was very good at his job. Guess we can use it. This is our last chance. Tried everything. But a larger cavalry force should be enough, hopefully. If we lose this battle one more time, the war is lost. There's that man again. And now he's got a much better commander, too, alongside. That can't be good. Despite the superior numbers, it all depends on the tactics. I can break their center, but that's going to be pressure on us. And again, he's putting most of his troops over there, as it was in the previous battle. We broke their flank because they had lesser numbers. And now we're going to put full pressure on this, as we did. This war, this opportunity to prove my mettle in combat, has opened my eyes to my true potential as a warrior. My personal combat skills are improving. May Zurvan guide my heart, hand, and steel. We gave them a lashing. Now retake these areas. And then liberate this area, then we'll head to Jund. In fact, I think we annihilated the whole honor guard. We could take hits. Now we're going to be coming to what we came for. We're here for the population growth, as we're trying to increase that manpower. And since we're building that structure, oversee the construction, so we can get this done a little faster by June of next year. We will celebrate Nodos next year. We will promise that. Coming in. Every little bit helps. Now I'm a distinguished commander. They barely filled their garrison, so hopefully we'll capture the leader. I'm sure we'll have rebellion soon. Oh, is that so? That's my vassal. Yeah. And that includes the air. So that's 100% war score. I want to loot it one more time. Because that adds a bit of karma when you do such things. Now get that shaman. Let me see the opinions of all of you. 94, 35, 62, 36, 37. You know what? I don't care. We need more population. We already did our job and we're just going to go straight to the next one. We'll disband the mercenaries soon after. So, remember the numbers. 461, 4.61k, and ours is over 6,000. And so we will steal 25% of that. Pretty substantial, but it could do more. And that's the reason why we just decided, even though it's kind of tyranny, because nobody says, hey, we're in the middle of another war. I'm like, I don't care. You all respect me because I'm a leader who cares, as we saw from that international meeting earlier. So, have those mercenaries disband. We'll do fine on our own. It's just gonna be a long trek, that's all. Caught on. Hair lip. At birth. Heaven forbid that she... Never seen that happen in the history of me playing HIP. Let's fight side by side. Stay here. You'll link up with us soon. Slow down on time a bit because I'm trying to text back to one of the people I talk to personally on Discord. Right. Come with us. Oh, who's there? Oh, you son of a beeswax. They are gonna take that land. Oh. Yeah. A mysterious Jewish man is offered to serve as the court. He is well versed in feudal code intrigue and has a passport for mercenary and spy. If you keep trusted, very well to prove to be indispensable asset in your council. Shall see about that. Physically strong too. That means they're gonna take that land and steal that population away from us. It'll be all for nothing. All I could say is, hey, mind if we just pay the reparations and then I will try to help you out? I mean, didn't really mean to steal your population, but guess it's too late at this point. Yeah, practically too late. That war would be for nothing. See? They just became unlanded. Bastards! Since we do border with them, what's their population size? A little more than what it was, but beware. Beware that he does have a horde himself, but those vassals, oh, it's not even much. They're inferior, in my personal opinion. Yeah. So, I think we should just have a go ahead and fight them instead, even though it's, you know, you're gonna have to fight all the way down to Crimea for that. In fact, he's the only nomadic clan. He doesn't have any other nomadic clans. Rest of that is tribal. If we defeat them, there could be no doubt that one day they're gonna be fighting for their independence. So, reclaim nomadic county. Which one? Copio. So, nomad agitation to be removed. Should do that during peacetime. So we should fight them first, and then we'll take them out. And of course you missed out on the roads because the long travel and all that. But our population is going up again. Again, the max is 8, so should we? Max manpower all the way. But I think what you should be worried about more is wait for this to be leveled up, then we'll get another Ordu, and I'll have a big jump in max population. They should have writing contests since you're so concerned about growth instead of that. What you got there? So we should fight a Humiliation War. Circassian Nomads, that won't do much. As much as I'd like to have that land back. Humiliate first, subordination later. So we have to go down all the way to Crimea for this. So we'll slow down the time. Gotta learn on your own. Hmm. We really gotta stop fighting wars. Oh, yeah, okay. At least we're avoiding these tribes that are still stationed there. We've been chasing them, but we'll catch them in Crimea. Take over Crimea, and then we'll have the boy, and then the population will come to us. We'll be at the near the max. And maybe one day they will try to overthrow these overlords, except they are orthodox as well, so that can be good. We got some of them. So yes, we defeated all of them. After the battle was over, my soldiers hailed the victory as a great triumph of the army of light over my foes in the service to the army of darkness. The radiant Jesus watches over us. There's your karma. You want to be seen as pious? Well, here's your chance. Where do you think you're going? Cowards, cowards, cowards. Then we'll be taken over here instead. Dogcom is still with me. You appointed your patriarch there? So he already has a new clan there. Fair enough. One day, we will fight to get it back. Because it's populated by pigeon eggs and Manicheans. So even if we don't have to defeat the army, but we could just occupy their capital, then that'll be it for them. Actually, not quite. Release all these prisoners. Capture the Khagan. As much as I like to get money out of them, but this money is no good. Now it has that similar population size as the one that used to be there. Just a small increase, not too much. Now, for God's sakes, please return. Let me return to court so I can duel for honor against this Savar woman who I'm probably likely going to kill her if I'm not careful with this. This is for honor. The arm of Elik Khan, you say? The onlookers are cheering for me as I swing my dull spear with increasing enthusiasm. When it's over, Mutlu Kunzakal is on the ground, her face red with embarrassment. I shrug, smiling at my opponent. It's just she remains wounded. Nowruz next spring, okay? Texted back. I have received a love letter from Kakatun Mutlu, praising both my beauty and combat prowess. Oh, a love letter? A servant who handed me nods. I guess she's married to someone else, but I remember. Voice says uncomfortably. But I am rereading the words over and over. Listen. Cassie over there. As for her, I don't know about that. She doesn't have any genetic traits. I would rather pretend that I never received these news. I almost swallowed my tongue when a friendly courtier pays his respects to me. I dare his displays of him any life perplex. I think I just lost his respect. God dang it. Let me see. The quack doctor, who has been notoriously operating in the area for some time, has finally been arrested for selling fraudulent medical concoctions. Some known to be deadly, unlike other physicians who have proper medicinal training on topics like the four humors and herbology. This one is a con man who wants to dupe idiots and take their money. Well, as an honest man, I say, send him to prison immediately. We don't con the quacks. I like how you just said that, Lord Master. We don't con to quacks. It's because of that Oregon Trail influence you have. An honorable mention. Excellent. So I mean, trying to get more clan sentiment out of these. The Rose is coming soon, this April. Yes, sir. It's time. We need to get more karma, because I wanted to be publicly seen as pious, and by God, we're gonna get it. We will have max manpower in the future, and some in reserve. Taken care of. You know what that's about, you've seen past episodes. I wish to hear the soft sounds of Noroze Wahawi. Gods. Kawasmia 2. Egg dyeing is an important and popular activity during Noroz. Even you, despite your high rank, decided to partake in this activity. What color paint should I choose first? As part of the Noroz celebrations, I exchange presents, usually sugar, with my friends and loved ones. Yeah, this year I spent a lot of money on these presents. Yeah, huh? May this year be the good one. Yeah, I know you want more land, but it needs more population. Not just here, but everywhere else. Providing contests built. Now we should build the wagon train. The improved version. of a wagon train. I don't know if you're hearing that little noise. That's just, in Discord. I'm using my phone. I chatted and I left it on the desktop of the computer. Spirits are high at the lodge tonight, and I am itching for a challenge. Many important warriors have gathered in a large hall to celebrate a recent hunt, giving me no shortage of capable warriors to test my strength with. Well, I'm a normal-sized man, so... Yipe. This old shield maiden? Alright. Oh, I'll just take the prestige hit. You can get it back by other means. She was too much of a coward to me, my child. She excused herself and left the hall in a hurry rather than touch the stream against mine. Pathetic. Come on. Rezan needs to be looted. You got it. I'll send my best commanders over there. Because I want to remain in my court. Just so I could say, please, let me rest. Rezan. Where is the damned... Rezan? Oh, it's over here. It's a long way for you, but... have fun over there. So, you're Burley. You got so many prisoners, you better start ransoming before they'll start dying in the dungeons. And we don't want to have that in our conscience now, do we? Plus, there's money involved, so we can make some of it back. And I want to be the hero again. Oh, hero again. You were never one to begin with. What the hell are you talking about? And I'm going to accept the fact that I won't have any children, but Sevslav will, because he's better than me. But the problem is that my nephew is heirless, and nobody likes an heirless. Oh, and don't forget, we got to reclaim this nomadic county from it. Because this whole nomadic agitation thing, media migration... Well, actually, I kind of want to leave that alone. Actually. The Wolf Child. I am out inspecting my lands and accompanied by my best soldiers. As I pass through a shallow gorge lined by low windswept trees, I'm suddenly alerted to an unusual sound. Yet I ordered the column to halt and cocked my head in to listen. Yes, I hear it now. A thin wailing sound, as if from a puppy dog. I spur my horse forward and try to locate the source of the sound, and soon I come upon a small cave. As I enter, bringing a light into the gloom within, I see a strange sight. A dead female wolf lies near the cave entrance. Traces of disease plainly visible on her carcass. A small human child lies on a bed of grass, leaves near the wolf, wailing a strange one that seems almost animal-like to me in this strange place. What on earth? Well, quite honestly, I'm kind of disappointed that he's got an airlift. What, for now, I shall take this child in as my own. Ipak. Ipak will be the name. The child is adopted with the full right of inheritance. But he's not the heir yet. Because you still gotta raise that boy. Because he is already quick-minded, so says it. And is a wolf child. There's something strange about this child. Yeah. It's a wonder how I decided to remain here while I do, you know, other activities. Ostapa. There we go. I'll do some for it over there. I have a guard who once visited a distant village by the forest, said to be the gateway to the world beyond. He went into the forest despite the locals' warning. There he encountered a pale maiden wearing a white dress. Though she was charming and bashful, he fled immediately, knowing this must have been a frightening spirit of some sort. Locals say that such sightings are common. Gotta be pious. Frightening things lie beyond the fringes of civilization. God dang winter. Predictable. Another one of my half-brothers. He's a brave one. A lot of angry people over there. The rumors were true. The whole of Ryazan tribe was filled with treasure. Since I was the leader of the assault, even though I wasn't there personally, I'll take the best share of the loot for myself. I will not forget to share part of this bountiful prize with my brothers and sisters of the Eagle Warriors for informing me the existence of this treasure. Time to return home. Might as well loot this temple too. There's money in this. Banish all the others. Because I'm starting not to give a care and we just start ransoming to get some money back. The problem will solve itself. Please be patient. Make a little more money, and then I should like to donate to the Army of Light. Speaking of which, they're back at full strength. You know, there's an opportunity for that. Well, once you're done looting, I want you to get to position in Kropia. I'm starting to think that might be the time to finally free ourselves from the Khazars. Which time after time, they don't ever help us. And then after we are free from them, then we're gonna get back at them. Perhaps fight for this land. The subordination war of this region. That's what we should do one day. That's an idea. That's an idea. Use the army of light against the Khazars. Cut it out. Kuchuk. Okay. Plenty of money out of this. And you say you want to be pious? There's plenty of angry people out there. It's kind of funny what you just said. There's plenty of angry people out there. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Calm down, will you? Again, what's the reason though? How to stop paying tribute like instead of fighting? Was not made true to stay in the last 15 years. Original suzerain has died. Or their prestige is less than that. So on and so forth. It is not nomadic. Again, he may be a very dangerous man, combat skill wise, but you don't scare me. You don't scare me, mucker fudder, as I sometimes say in my other videos. Just thinking. Okay. I still have the war sacrifice. Get down to Copio. Be prepared. And don't raid your fellow clan members. Righting or wrong. One of these days, my spouse came to a complete stance. I talked a huge injustice that befell a friend, Theodoritos. As it turns out, he was framed by a master intriguer. And okay, is asking me to move heaven and earth to undo such an evil deed. Who's that friend of yours? Oh yeah, I mentioned it was him. And he was supposed to tutor me. I don't think I ever got anything out of him. Well, because I am honest, so I will doggedly pursue the objective, including his name, with the terrible rumors spread about him. I will enjoy the significant advantage in the chance of my success due to being honest. However, helping a socially cursed soul to overcome his fate could be dangerous, and one must go against common sense. In this light, this opinion, no, option, excuse me, might carry for the bad news, so... I have some diplomacy skill, but not the education. I am shy. I can't design stone, all that, so give it a shot, alright? It never hurts to try. My efforts to clear the name are met with extreme resistance to the court, as long ago condemned the poor soul to purgatory of social irrelevance. That's quite a word. In the end, the Vasquez is shocked at my behavior. Only my spouse stands by me. Even though we never had a child together, when I decided to raise this wolf boy for myself. Wolf boy? What the heck is the matter with you? You and your choice of words. That army ally better not be used. Or any of these Manicheans are well-behaved out there. Well-behaved Manicheans, that's kind of a wishful thinking. Oh god. Buddhist revolt, peasant revolt, religious reconquest of Sogdia. What? What? Zoroastrians and Manicheans are teaming up? Imperial tributary, let me see. Tributary cannot refuse calls into defensive wars. That's one thing. Calls, it could find tributaries. As I was about to say, they're all in this together. And that man sits on a pile of a lot of money. Because of the natural resources he owns, and as well as the Silk Road he controls. Because him being a Kotani Saka, he actually does have a trade income. In future. Imagine that. Even though it's only one piece of territory. But again, we still do not have borders with Sogdia, and we are not part of the sphere of influence of China as of yet. But the first step is to get out of Khazarian influence. So as much as I'd like to be there, so I think instead it would be best to head for the capital first. I'll be back with my hordes soon. Just as suspected, they want independence. I was supposed to be pious, but clearly you're not. As of yet. Actually, I think we found the time when to begin. It is every 5 years supposed to observe the Bema feast. So, after the feast, we shall declare war. Alright? We found our time. And this will give our time to reach the maximum manpower. I shouldn't be afraid. Bring out the horse breeder. As promised, we will be free from Khazaria. And we'll defeat these other tributaries with the army of light and everything. Nanzhao's demise. In the southwest of China, the kingdom of Nanzhao is collapsing. The multi-ethnic state of the Yunnan region, dominated in particular by the Bai and Yi peoples, once was a fearsome thorn on the side of the Chinese emperors, but its leaders were overconfident in their aggression and attacked China one too many times. Chinese counterattacks weakened the state, and now Nanzhao has collapsed into anarchy after the chief minister ordered the assassination of the entire royal family. This may have further ramifications for any polities in the area, given Nanzhao was located on a major route of the Silk Road. Will the people of Nanzhao reunite, or is their country doomed? The chances of Bai and Yi courtiers spawning in the eastern realms is decreased. So we won't be meeting them anytime soon, as we're still, again, not under the Chinese sphere of influence yet. Yeah, there's too many courtiers right now. Just Just one example. Prisoners do not count as courtiers. You just happen to have a lot of children there. Some have told me that the process of dying is like stepping into a strange but gentle dream. Is there any truth to this? I won't know for sure until I begin my final journey myself. Here we go. It's time for the feast. The Vernal Equinox. I have begun preparations for the Bema feast. To celebrate the life and death of Prophet Mani, I sent out messengers with invitations to my vassals, all expected to come in honor of Zirvan. This year will be very special. Special because it's going to be freedom. Sweet, sweet freedom. It is customary to fast and religious reflection before the start of the Bema feast. Will I take part in this tradition? Yes, I will fast for a week. I don't care what deterioration of health it did for me. Just as long as there's a reason for it. As I am now publicly seen as pious. That won't happen. Like to develop personal combat skills at least somewhat. Fulfill the ambition. Yes. Continue the celebrations. Guests have arrived from villages throughout the realm to celebrate the Bema feast in Soreju. The festivities are almost ready to begin. The Bema feast starts with the singing of various hymns that celebrate the return of spring, the life and death of Prophet Mani, and the battles the forces of light have won over the armies of darkness. All those gathered raise their voices to the gods, a chorus of faith and beauty that touches the soul. This is my favorite part. Feast of the Elect. Only the elect, those who are devoted to the Manichean faith, are invited to take part in a ritual meal, which both symbolizes the life of Mani and the theology of the Manicheans. To take part is the great honor and glory. And now the presentation of the Azang. The Azang, or picture book, is a work painted by Mani himself, which depicts the Manichean theology in simple terms, so that even the uneducated can read and understand the faith. The book rests on the Bema until the feast is over, after which the priest recites sermons from it and absolves the sins of those attending. Praise be to Zirvan. I picked up cynical. Better get rid of that trait. Feast is over now. Another celebration of light to drive back the darkness. And now let's defeat the forces of darkness in Khazaria. Free tributary. And the army of light will be with us too. Even though it's gonna cost us quite a bit of money, but the forces should be strong enough to take on anyone that we see. And you could see, look at the design and the symbol of the army of light on it. Larger cavalry force than anyone could dream of. You take this flank. Go to your assigned positions. Head straight to Kuma. Force speed finished. Really, all the other tributaries are coming. I didn't think it would come. This is a rebellion after all. The chief of Dan, the Khagan of Yobgumak, Circassia, Khazaria and Vikuban, as well as all the remaining clans. We must win this war swiftly. Each victory will mean a lot. They are gathering in Sarpa. We take it a river crossing penalty, but we are many. We're not afraid. This is for the fight for freedom. I say Alania. Come on, with us. Because you're the closest. The other ones should be independent of wherever they must go. Battle's about to begin, even though our morale is not at its fullest, but more enemy reinforcements. Okay, you know what? Everyone must gather here. They have infantry, but we have a larger cavalry force than anyone can dream of. Mavad vent spawn troops. Hired some mercenaries. You don't scare us. This is our only chance because all the good modifiers are putting damage to them while we have the morale armies and all that. Even though we'll be taking a river crossing penalty, which might be a handicap, but it'll have to do. We're gonna break their center. He's put most of his troops on the right flank. I've learned many lessons from this battle, aside from application of theoretical tactics my mentors taught me as a boy. I've learned to definitely isolate an opponent in the thick of the front, and bring all my focus and concentration to bear and then, but within a few rounds of melee, swiftly execute him. I'm proud of my clear progression into a greater warrior. Still, more lessons to learn. We got this. It's just they're terribly outnumbered. I will remember this battle in the finest detail to the end of my days. The prophet guided my sword into the hearts of countless number of my foes, raising cheers of battle cries from my surrounding men as I cut across through the enemy. My mastery of personal combat has come a long way. Apparently not the only one who thinks so. I'm finally a warrior. Like to become a trained fighter. Good karma. Like to recruit him. This guy's got talent. But don't recruit every single one of them. He's got money. Leave him alone. Together we are stronger. Migrants have come to Sarijuk. Small migration. I believe it came from Ural. No, it came from Intel. That's where it came from. Great. More trouble. That's all I could say about that. So we'll take this area first, and the tribe, and then head to Kuma. We defeated large Khazarian forces. But don't waste too much time. You have the Army of Light with you. The majority of the population converted to the Manichean faith. Forgot about you guys. In the meantime. Help them. My horde swarms into the holding of Sarpa tribe as the walls crumble and fall. They intend on plundering, but won't go ahead unless either Khan gives them permission to do so. You may do so. Head to that. Now. Pay up, Chief. Because there's a friendship, even though we have no contact between one another. In future. They do have some camp fortifications there, but that shouldn't be enough. After we dealt with the capital here, then we'll deal with the Kagan who is out there. You got it. Move on. She truly has the golden touch. You know what that means, right? I know it's kind of slightly exploitive because of that whole soulmates thing. Cities and temples and castle fortifications, improved keeps, trade practices as well. We're gonna spend a lot of this prestige for another, because like yes it has the only prestige, but get this up, it'll add a little more prestige and have that kind of sentiment down a bit, but it increases the max population. It'll definitely jump up big time. It's the amount of land that we control out there. May the great bond guide my heart hand and steel. They're gone. That's all you need to know. So we will no longer pay tribute to you and you only. And that means next year, we will fight against you for these lands. These are good lands. Especially there, because it's got a city there. And be willing to build a trade post to get another source of income. You've done well. Let's go home. Spanish cavalries, they don't contribute very much. Yes. Oh yes, where are we raiding? Over there in Sakamata, okay. You guys will have to do that yourselves while I'm not around. As soon as you enter into friendly territory, go raid. I don't know about composing a book. Would not spend my money on that. Dang it. But hey, at least the expenses only goes to that little bit of the horde. And we're no longer paying tribute to the Khazars ever again. There'll be some resistance, but you'll get them. There's the gold. Where are we at this point? Not quite there yet. I guess I'm not like my father in a way. But at least I'm still honest. But unfortunately, I'm still shy. I forgot what was the other trait I had. At least you're still brave. Again, because of you and because of me not able to produce a son. But at least we have him. Should I really call him Epoch? Because, you know, you could still rename him if you wish to. He's a wolf child. Like, think of a strong sounding name in my personal opinion. Just think of it. Timir. Yes. Timir. Okay. Again, at this point of his age, he doesn't know his own name yet. Despite what he called him, he decided, okay, you know what, we're going to call him that as such. But should he raise all the way? But keep in mind, he is more prestigious than I. Because that's how, here's a reminder. Under nomad succession, the son or brother with the most prestige normally inherits. But prestigious clan leaders all stand a chance if their population is bigger than the Khagans. Wrong culture characters are disqualified and adults have precedence over children. If the Khagan's primary heir is still a child, the Khaganate is lost to one of the clan chiefs. Clan chiefs with more prestige than the heir gets claims on the Khaganate. Only males can inherit. It's just a reminder for you people. Just continue to get a lot of money out of this and we will end this episode. Almost empty. My daily routine, repeatedly swinging my blade at a train die. However, I can only learn so much from fighting an animate enemy, and the practice gets dreadfully dull after a while. I could use someone to train with. Alright. Let's go home. Oh, that's a bad flu. He's bedridden. For future reference. Huh. Even though we do live by the coast, so that's already joking the Martians. I decided to see the beach one night out of curiosity, and was rewarded with a wonderful sight. A lovely moon, dancing around the stars, reflected on the ocean waves, even though the ocean is the Caspian. I'm glad I came here. Most people think that the Caspian's an ocean, but we found out it isn't. It is not an ocean that leads to a different world. No. It's not the corner of the world. Tengris... Oh my goodness. The Tengris Revolt's about to win. Because we screwed up the Cognate over there. The Khazaria. And they're gonna get these lands. If they don't get their act together. And the Hungarians are also dealing with them. Keep an eye on that situation. And there's a Peasant Revolt. Entirely separate issue. They are dealing with the Peasant Revolt. There's also that Tengris Revolt there. 98. I'm not ending the episode in that moment. Hang on. 100%. Sam the Brave. Ooh. Tengris Ital. So that means we're not going to get this much land out of this. Although our treaty with them has expired. But we can establish tributary to other countries. So, for future reference. In the next episode, we will fight for this single piece of territory that is significant to us economically. Despite the fact it's a completely different culture of a completely different religion there. And which that we can arrange. And those people over there who are tribals have just taken it. And obviously they won't vassalize this, but... So, even though we're supposed to go to Sogdia one day, but... We're only going down here for economic reasons. Because... Silk Road trade post. I mean, it does travel through here, but we do need a little more of that. And me having personal control of that marshland there will do us a bit of good. And once we're done with them, and maybe we could finally attack those people in a couple of years to have the subordination of Jand, which will put us in the border with Sogdia. And it seems the Tahiri have succeeded taking back Sogdia proper. So now the realm is split. Al-Shasana, Tashkent and Fergana might become independent states if they don't reconnect. If they could try to get them together. But who knows what the rest of the world might look like at that time, but a weakened Sogdia would be good for us, but it's rather intimidating to see something like this. Even though the majority of the troops are mainly vassals, and they got a retinue. Who knows what the situation would turn out to be. Overthrow Liege, that's what this is about. And within the rebellion, there's a Manichean Revolt and a Zoroastrian Revolt. Manicheans down there? Why, yes there is. Not all hope is lost. That we thought Manichaeism was largely disappeared over there. But as we found out, it is not. And we do have contact with John now that we've freed ourselves. But unfortunately, he doesn't like Horomaster religions, including Manichaeism. But he likes Hindus. So again, we're out of the Khazarian zone of influence, and now we're in China's zone of influence. So we do have contact with them. Fortunately, it's the golden age, and we feel that it's ripe for the taking. And if you wish, you could supply horses, which will have a small penalty of manpower as it sees there. It's just examples, but we won't do that because we'll wait for the next emperor who would be more cooperative. But if I was you, like I would say, get a eunuch and have a peace deal so they won't attack us. Because they've been doing that lately. Tarum, Sogdia, the other cognates, all that. And who knows how long I'm gonna live, knowing that I may have declined my health. And who knows what Timur would be like, as he's already a quick-minded boy who is a wolf child. And a Manichean to boot. So, who knows what the future will bring in this next episode. It'll show you that we will not disappear. And soon we'll be entering into an area where Jewish Khazars live, but we want to replace that culture and religion entirely to something to our liking. So it'll be more cooperative. Yes. So, we hope you people have enjoyed this episode. And until the next one, so long for now.